So I know it's late, but this totally flew right over my head for the entire day. Until until my friend Jason Voorhees 2011 said, "Oh, hey, by the way, this is happening." He told me flat out, like, "Hey, so this is happening. Did you know?" And I went, "No, I didn't know. Thanks for telling me." So yes, after IDW this September is doing a crossover I have always wanted, and we are finally getting it. Oh my god, this is actually happening, guys. Star Trek and Transformers. Let me say that again. Star Trek and Transformers are actually crossing over. And admittedly, when Jason Voorhees 2011 told me this news, I literally had a spit take, like I was drinking water. I went, "Oh, that's nice. We're what?" Yeah, so that was my general thought on this. This has apparently been a crossover that IDW has been wanting to do for years. They've wanted to do this for years, and now they're finally getting around to doing it. And like I said, it's coming out in September. And the most interesting thing is that this is going to center around not just any era of Star Trek, but the Star Trek animated series. Yeah, it's going to be the 80s Transformers. We are going to get characters like Windblade, because there is another image of Windblade in here. But we're also going to get characters like... but yeah, it's going from the Star Trek animated series. Remember that from Hanna-Barbera? What was it, Hanna-Barbera? I think it was. No, I don't think... No. But yeah, and essentially it was the TOS animated series that is crossing over with the Transformers, and it does look like they are following a lot of the 80s vibe. So I think that's really cool, because the Star Trek cartoon is fine. I mean, it's totally goofy, but it still has the Star Trek core to it. And honestly, the TOS era to have with Transformers is perfect. I think the TOS era of Star Trek is a perfect place to put the Transformers universe with. If you were going to cross Star Trek with any era of Transformers, it would be TOS, because the only other one it would have to be the Abrams universe, just so you can get that kind of action pack feeling to it. So I think it was a smart move to do this with TOS. But yeah, so the story is going to be written by John Barber, who is the current head writer on Transformers comics, and it's more or less the Transformers creative team behind this. Now, the story is that the Enterprise gets a call that a dilithium mining facility has fallen under attack by strange, multicolored aircraft from the 20th century. Of course, we know that's the Decepticons, and that's when the Autobots arrive, and shit goes more and more insane from then on out. But no, on a scale of 1 to 100, I'm at a 130 with how happy I am with this idea of this crossover happening. You guys don't even know how, I had to triple check to make sure this was real. So what characters am I really excited to see with here? So it looks like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an alliance between the Klingons and the Decepticons. I think that's going to be a given. That's going to be an alliance between the Klingons and the Decepticons. I think that's a good, safe bet. Most because, yeah, one, we do see them in some promotional images, and two, the Klingons are the perfect ally for the Decepticons, because they're brutal, they're warlike, and they're downright vicious. And I think Megatron would definitely appreciate that. I think Megatron especially would appreciate having allies who are just as brutal and vicious as he is. I don't see him really, Starscream I could see working with the Romulans, and they could show up in this crossover, honestly. Yeah, they could definitely show up in this crossover too, and I could see Starscream working with the Romulans. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't mind seeing the Romulans and Starscream working together, and maybe they'll build that up for a sequel, but for right now, I'm totally fine with the Klingons and Decepticons working together. But yeah, I really like the idea of what it's now. It's the matter of what Autobots could I see hanging out with what members of Starfleet. Obviously, Ratchet with McCoy, Kirk and Optimus. That's also a given. Spock, I would say, Spock would definitely hang out with like maybe Perceptor or Wheeljack or probably Wheeljack. Yeah, I want to see Wheeljack and Spock do science stuff together. That'd be perfect. Uhura hanging out with it'd be cool to see her like with Windblade because like I said, Windblade is going to be in here. I would like to see maybe Scotty with I don't know, like Scotty and Ironhide. Yeah, that'd be interesting. But yeah, I'm just so excited for this because this isn't something a lot of us have wanted for years from IDW. Ever since IDW got the license to do both Transformers and Star Trek. And again, I think it's a neat idea that it's essentially the 70s era cartoon for Star Trek with a version of the 80s cartoon of Transformers. It's just perfect. And it looks like it's going to be its own continuity. I don't think they're going to follow a lot. Because also, if you guys remember, they are rebooting the continuity for Transformers after the events of Unicron, which by August is the end of the Unicron story arc. So it looks like this may be like this might give us a small sense of where they're going with the new era of the Transformers comics. That could easily be the case of what they're doing is testing the waters with that. So that's good. So that'll be cool to see. So yeah, you guys don't know it, but I was screaming in joy for this, and it's really late, and I probably woke up some people. But yeah. So, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Star Trek and Transformers crossing over? Do you guys like the idea? Do you guys hate the idea? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm so freaking ready for this crossover!